What a beautiful day to celebrate the opening of the brand new Furley Elementary School. We can clap for that. My name is Anthony Pena, and I'm Director of Community Engagement and Public Relations for the Chief Operating Officer. And it is my honor to welcome all of you, students, family, staff, elected leaders, partners to this incredible occasion. This is more than a ribbon cutting. It's a celebration of hope, progress, and possibility. A moment where a community comes together to honor its investment in the future of our children. I want to thank our CEO, Dr. Sonia Santelises, Mayor Brandon Scott, Senator McCray, Director Paul Pinsky, Director Reginald Moore, Principal House, and so many others on stage who have joined us here. We also want to thank our COO, Dr. Lynette Washington, to help make this vision come true. And a deep, deep, deep appreciation goes to our Baltimore City Public Schools Operations Department, who built this school from the ground up. And for the last 8 months, the engagement team of operations worked tirelessly, from the RSVPs to the events to every detail you saw. I want to thank my engagement team and communications team for doing their great work. To our elected officials and partners, your continued advocacy makes this moment happen. And to Principal House and the Furley team, the school is now yours. And we know it will be filled with learning, love, and leadership. So let's celebrate what we built, and more importantly, who we're building it for. Now let's get started, and with a high energy performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Furley Fox Dancers. Let's give them another round of applause. This is what City Schools is about. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of introducing to the podium the leader of this vibrant school community. Please welcome Principal Shalonda House.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this joyous occasion. First, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our distinguished guests that have joined us for this momentum celebration. Thank you to our CEO, Dr. Sonia Santelises, Governor Wes Moore, our Mayor, Mayor Brandon Scott, and all of our elected officials that have joined us today. I would also like to thank my amazing ILED, Lindsay Valentine, as well as our partners and community members who have played a role in making today possible. Your presence here today means so much to our school, our families, and most importantly, our scholars. There's truly no one more deserving of this beautiful state-of-the-art building than our incredible Furley scholars. This moment is a result of years of hard work, vision, and unwavering advocacy. Advocacy that began with our previous administration. I want to take a moment to give a special thank you to Ms. Cephas, Furley's former principal, who has been a powerful voice in the room and in every space where our scholars' needs and dreams were on the table. Thank you for believing in them and for never giving up. It has been my greatest honor of my career to lead Furley during this past school year, the final chapter of the 8-year-long journey in our swing space. And now to stand here as the new principal, trusted to lead this school into a new era, is both humbling and profoundly meaningful. I do not take this moment lightly. I am honored every single day to walk alongside our scholars, families, and staff as we step into this new era. This is more than a job. It's a calling, and I'm committed to serving our community with everything I have. This building represents more than just bricks and walls. It represents opportunity, possibility, and the belief that every child deserves the very best. Inside these walls, we will reach new heights in literacy, math, science, social studies, social and emotional learning, technology, and I absolutely cannot forget the arts. Every hallway, every classroom, every corner of this space has been designed with one goal in mind: to ensure that every child has the opportunity to learn, thrive, and to shine. And let's just say it, guys, our new school building looks good. Yeah. And when we look good, we feel good. And when we feel good, we do great things. I know this building will be filled with joy, smiles, learning, laughter, and above all, growth. So today, we thank you as we mark the beginning of a new day, a new time for Furley. The future is bright, and I promise you, the best is yet to come for the Furley Foxes. So thank you again for being a part of this incredible moment. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce one of our outstanding students. Please join me in welcoming Christian McDowell, our 5th grade student.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christian McDowell, the SGA president of the 5th grade class. I've had the privilege of being at Furley Elementary School since I was in pre-K. That's a really long time, almost my entire life. It's hard to believe, but Furley has truly become like a second home to me. I've absorbed so much knowledge here, formed lasting friendships, and created countless memories along the way. I vividly recall my very first day when everything seemed so new and unfamiliar. I was a little nervous, but thanks to my teachers and classmates, I quickly felt supported and comfortable. As the years went by, my bond with the school deepened, and I found myself participating in more and more activities that helped me grow as a student and as a person. From engaging classroom discussions to unforgettable field trips to the endless hours spent on enhancing my academic performance, Furley has always been a place of security and joy for me. Today, however, I'm here to speak about something truly monumental: the transition to the Furley's 21st century building. It's absolutely thrilling to witness the transformation, and I'm excited to see all the intricate details come together. The construction process has been a fascinating journey, and hearing about all the modern features and cutting-edge designs give me a sense of pride. It feels as though Furley is evolving, just as we, the students, are growing and maturing. Though I'm preparing to leave for middle school, I'm eager to see how the new building will shape the future of the school and the experiences of the future students. Even though I'll miss this school and all the wonderful friends I've made, I'm confident that Furley will continue to thrive. The new building is a testament to the community's commitment to providing an exceptional learning environment. I'm certain that this will be a testament for even greater achievements and successes in the years to come. I look forward to seeing the new fabulous Furley grow and flourish. I can't wait to watch the next generation of students create their own meaningful memories here. Furley will always hold a special place in my heart, and I'm excited to see how far it will go. Thank you, Furley, for all the incredible opportunities and experiences you've given me. Now, please welcome my fellow fifth grade classmate and student leader, Brian Lewis.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Lewis, and I'm HGA Senator, and I've been part of Furley Elementary School since I was in 4th grade. That feels like such a long time ago. But now, as I'm about to leave for middle school, I can't help but feel proud of everything I've experienced here. Furley has been more than just a place to go to school. It's been where I've learned, made friends, and had some of the best moments of my life. I'll never forget the day I walked through those doors. I was so small, and everything was new to me. But slowly, I started to get to know the school and my classmates. The teachers have always made sure we had a safe, fun place to learn, and I always appreciate that. From projects to field days and all the laughs along the way, Furley has given me so many memories. But today, I'm here to talk about something really exciting, the new Furley building. Watching it go up has been amazing, and I can already tell it's gonna be a huge upgrade. I'm excited for all the future students who will get to walk through those brand new doors and explore all the cool things the new building will offer. It's gonna be incredible. I can only imagine how much better it will make the school, even for those who come after me. Even though I'm leaving, I'm happy knowing that Furley is heading into such a bright future. Even though I'll miss this place, I can't wait to see how the new building changes Furley. I know the next group of kids will have even better time here than I did, and it makes me feel proud to be part of Furley's history. This school has given me so much, and I know it's only gonna keep getting better. Thank you, Furley, for everything. I'll always remember my time here. I will be excited to see how far you'll go with the new building. Thank you, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of introducing the Mayor of Baltimore, a dedicated advocate for our school. Please welcome Mayor Brandon Scott to the podium.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Brian, for that introduction. If you guys didn't know, he is straight out of Furley, if you can't see his shirt. And Christian, if you keep giving speeches, I'll be out of a job soon, so thank you very much. Please, the seat will be nice and warm for you when you're ready. Today, this is, Dr. S., we just found out this is our 30th new school in the city of Baltimore in recent years. But this one in particular is very special and personal for me. But before we get in that, I want to thank all of our partners, our CEO, our governor, our councilwoman, our senator, all the folks that work at school systems, operations, Principal Hiles. I want to thank Paul Pinsky from the Maryland Energy Association. But in particular, I want to thank Ms. Cephas, because we would not be here today if it were not for her leadership. And young people, today is not just a ribbon cutting or opening of a new school and a rec center. It is a story about leadership and dedication. For me, it starts on my first visit to Furley in May of 2012 as a newly elected city councilman, where Ms. Cephas grabbed me by my hand at the front door and took me to every single classroom, including closets that young people were learning in Furley Elementary. And at that time, we were just beginning 21st century schools, and Furley was not on the list to be improved. And after a few years of Ms. Cephas and then just myself yelling and screaming, not at Dr. S, she wasn't here yet, so just make sure we're clear about that. Two folks who had the ability to make sure that this school got built new. We had something happen. We had other state elected representatives who heard me, who heard Ms. Cephas, but who did not demand and fight that Furley be renovated. And then we got a blessing. People always say that elections have consequences. Well, for Furley, it had a great one. We elected in 2014 a young man that I knew as a state delegate. He is now our state senator, Senator Corey McCray. Who, after him and I met and we went meticulously through all the schools that were supposed to get renovated, took that baton and made the money happen for this school to get renovated. That is what leadership looks like. You might not be the person who gets to take it over the finish line, but you sure have to pass it to someone, and you have to make it sure that you're passing to someone that will do the work. But I have to thank my brother and my senator for doing that, because he knows that it's not about him or about I. It's about the young people who are growing up in this neighborhood where he and I are also raising our children to make sure that they have what they need. But in this case, Dr. S, we didn't just build a new school. We made sure we didn't repeat the sins of the past, where in some instances, new schools were built in Baltimore and the rec center just went away. We made sure that Furley Recreation Center also got built anew. And I want to thank you and your team for working very hard with Dr. Moore and the team at Rec and Parks and my team to make that happen. We showed that we can do the hard things and we don't have to choose. We can do both. So I want to thank you, because we didn't know. And we know there were some times that we were sure we were going to make it here today, but we're here. And for many years, schools, not just Furley, but schools like them, didn't have the funding that they need to maintain them. They were literally falling apart, and sent a message to our young people that they weren't worth investing in and that they didn't matter. We are sending a different message today across the city of Baltimore, that our young people are worth investing in, no matter where they live, if they're in Northeast Baltimore, South Baltimore, East Baltimore, Northwest Baltimore, and that our renaissance as a city is here, and that it will be fueled by them. And no matter what folks say about them on TV every night, that they are much better than that, and they deserve much better, which is why we have to build better for them. So thank you to everyone. Congratulations, Madam Principal, and to all the Furley Foxes. And now I have the honor and privilege to turn the microphone over to my friend, my brother, our Senator Corey McCray.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? You see, y'all, I'm so used to fighting Maggie that my guy Brian almost got me choked up over there. I'm dead serious. But y'all, I'm proud, I'm privileged, I'm humbled, I'm honored to be able to share this moment with you all today. And in my words, I just want to give thanks. So you'll see me at this time just giving a lot of thanks. You see, Allison, I can remember 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago, when the conversation was happening about an emergency closure. And that these families, that these young scholars were going over to what we call the old Thurgood Marshall building. And Madam CEO, I can remember us with the hope, with the promise that they would one day be back in this building. And y'all, I tell you, I didn't know whether that was going to happen. I did not know whether that was going to happen while I was there. I didn't know whether that was going to happen after I left. But you know what? You see, Madam Principal, I did what my mom has taught me and Danielle to do. I did what my city and my neighborhood taught me to do. I did what the only thing that I know how to do, and that's fight. And you see, Brian, when you're fighting and you don't always know what the outcome is, sometimes I call them like guardian angels. And there's a woman that's sitting over there to my left by the name of Maggie McIntosh. And she saw the fight. She understood the story. But you know, Madam CEO, she just led. She just led. And I can remember, Madam CEO, us in that room. Alice, us in that room. My Senate president in that room. But she sat there exactly like she's doing right now. All this swag, very quiet, and she was the one that ended the meeting and said, this is gonna happen. We're gonna figure this out. And at that moment, Josh, I felt so much weight come off of those shoulders because I knew that the team was getting strong. You see, Maggie has taught me, as my mentor, that as long as you're leading with courage, as long as you're leading with confidence, as long as you're on the right side of history, it's always right to do right. She realizes that this does not happen by yourself because Madam CEO was that partner, my mayor was that partner, but also next to her, she's still with her, was her partner that's always finding herself in good trouble, Linda Eberhardt. So y'all, I just wanted to lift up, and if we can give a round of applause to my mentor, Maggie McIntosh, please. You see, Mr. Mayor, I was at a couple events, and I've been super excited about this Furley. I feel like I'm crushing all my goals, Maggie. Like, we're going to all these ribbon cuttings. I feel like I'm just on this certain level of high that I cannot believe that I'm there, but I'm like, this momentum is going to keep going on and on and on. But you see, Pastor, I made a mistake. And I was telling folks about the new school that was coming. And then my maid come out yelling at me, almost throat punched me, and said, don't forget about that rec center that's coming too. So y'all, I do not forget that education is important, the academia is important, but let me be clear, the recreation is what partners with the academia to get the holistic piece when we're thinking about our young scholars. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for always being in each and every fight. And as you got Linda, I got Mayor Brandon Scott. Madam CEO, you see, when we were traveling this journey, and I can just remember just these partners and just being able to sing your praises. And my mayor talked about it, the 30 schools, but one of the things that I know is that in reference to urban jurisdictions, we, in comparison to every urban jurisdiction across this country, y'all, are leading by example with new school buildings, Tina, and that is worth of applause. You see, Madam CEO, we get to be in fights for the right reasons, to make sure that we're lifting for our young scholars. And I'm always inspired because I'm like, how's she getting so much done in this short amount of time? But I realize what you have is the right team. You have the right team. When I think back to Madam Chief of Staff, when I think about Alvarez, when I think about so many people in this fight with you, but this is the time to bring me to citations, Madam Chief of Staff. You see, y'all, there are these moments where we don't always get to see the people that are behind the scenes doing that heavy work after something has been passed off. And when I think about this, I think about those folks that once the money was there, once these 30 schools have been being built, there are a couple individuals that I just want to recognize at this time, and that is Dr. Lynette Washington. Dr. Lynette Washington. You see, when I think about what we're doing in this city, it is because of leaders like Lynette Washington, Dr. Washington. Let me put some respect on that name. Dr. Washington, that knows first as a mother, as a wife, as a lover of Baltimore City, what our responsibility is. And she takes all that pain, she takes all that hurt, all that sacrifice to make sure that our young scholars do not have to take that on their shoulders. So I just say thank you, thank you, thank you for your leadership and making sure you shepherd us in the right direction. You see, Dr. Washington, there's one more. And y'all, I try my best to have accountable government. I do not know how long I'm gonna be in this space. I feel like I'm gifted, I'm talented, I could be doing anything, but I wanna serve my city. But then there's folks that match that energy. And Dr. Washington, when I think about that woman, I call her Cindy, but Director Smith, and I think about on them Friday nights, those Friday nights where I'm sending an email and I get a response back, and I didn't want to get the response back till Monday, but it comes back. And I can't believe it. And I can't believe how much energy, how much of herself that she's pouring in to this moment right now. And I just want to continue to lift another unsung hero that everybody may not know. Please, Miss Cynthia, Director Cynthia Smith. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. So I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'll close, Principal Cephas, I'll close just my message to my young scholars. You see, y'all, we really don't understand how hard that work will be. We really do not understand how hard that work will be, but let me be clear. We see you, we hear you, we believe in you, and we know that this work is worth it each and every day that we get up and make sure we fight and take every hit that you will not take and make sure that you're reaching your maximum and full potential that you want in life. So I say thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every one of you all that are joining us this day, because this is a very, very special moment that I will never forget. Thank you again. Madam CEO, I think I get the opportunity to introduce our Rex and Parks Director, correct? Our Rex and Parks Director. And I read in the paper, I know how much my man loved my Rex and Parks. But this guy with Rex and Parks and just wrapping his arms around our young folks, I was looking and it said a 5% bump. And Mr. Mayor, I just say thank you for understanding the investment that we make today and the investment that you're going to be shepherding, Reggie, is triple fold, because it's always worth it. So please come up here. Director Reggie Moore, please give him a round of applause.
Senator McCray, thank you. Still morning. Good morning, everyone. Just want to make sure we're really close to afternoon. I'm always excited to be at a ribbon cutting, groundbreakings, because that lets me know that change is coming in a community. And I'm so grateful to be here today. But what today is to me is, Mayor, is our $120 million down payment to an investment to Baltimore. This is Baltimore City's Rec and Parks rec rollout vision. Our goal, me and the mayor talks all the time, is about how we continue to improve recreational facilities, modernizing our facilities. And it's just not rec centers. It's playgrounds. It's swimming pools. It's even just our parks. So, Mayor Scott, thank you for your continued leadership. Senator McCray, thank you. We have conversations all the time about funding, and you find money for me. And so, sir, thank you for your work. And to all of our elected officials, thank you for continuing to support our agency. I, too, like Senator McCray, I want to acknowledge Director Smith, because she's an amazing individual. And we talk all the time, Dr. S. And one thing about Cindy, she's my partner. We talk about different challenges that we're facing because we're always going through this construction struggles together. So Cindy, thank you. Also to Allison, thank you. We had conversations about how we was gonna get this stadium built. We got it done, so thank you. So I'm just truly excited because the value of rec center and what it does to a community. When you put a school and a rec center together, that's a powerful thing. And I am so excited for this vision that we're able to open this rec center next to a school and continue to grow in the collaboration, because we know that when kids have spaces that they can go to, they feel safe and that they feel engaged, the trajectory is significantly different. So I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I want to thank Chantel Thigpen from YSP, who will be supporting and guiding this journey and challenge for our agency. We definitely look forward. And finally, I just want to thank the Frankfurt community for your patience, your understanding. We did it. You got a brand new school, but you also got a rec center. And then around spring of next year, we'll be coming back in the same area where we'll be opening up a $25 million rec center. So more to come. So again, thank you. And with that, I will bring up Paul Pinsky from the Department of Energy for the state of Maryland.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation, Mayor Scott, former colleague Corey McCray, CEO Dr. Santelises, Principal Howes, and honored guests, and that's you. You are the honored guest. Particularly, I have to point out the experienced teachers from Furley who were invited to be here today. Thank you for what you do. I was in the field of education for 40 plus years as a teacher in policy, and I have to say, I think I was an early member of the Santelises fan club because she's done a great job. So thank you, Sonia. But besides my work in education, I've worked on the environment, fighting climate change. We have these storms, we have hurricanes, we have flooding. Every night on the news, it leads the news that there's a more severe weather situation. And also on promoting clean energy. So having a situation that brings together education and clean energy, I have to tell you, brings a lot of joy to my heart. I think it's like getting a sundae for breakfast, which I know we got to stay away from the ice cream, but our agency, the Maryland Energy Administration, has two guideposts. We are expected to help reduce greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change by 60% by 2031. It's the law of the land. I was proud to be a sponsor of that bill. And Governor Moore's goal of 100% clean energy. So there are guideposts. And we think both of those will result in lower cost to local budgets and to citizenry. And that brings me to Baltimore City Public Schools. BCPS has been a leader in that effort. They have fought and worked for clean energy and shaving costs, which will benefit their budget as well as taxpayers. In 2024, our agency awarded 3 grants for $4.4 million to Baltimore. One of those grants allowed Furley Elementary to put solar panels on the roof, to buy them and install them. And what that has done and will do is to make Furley what's called a net neutral school. Now, what does that mean? Net neutral means they are creating enough clean energy, not using fossil fuels, gas, or oil, but clean energy, to run the school. They're creating enough clean energy to run the whole darn school. And on some days, they create even more energy, and the meter runs in the other direction, and they make even more money. And once it's paid for, it'll reduce costs. And that's a good thing for the school budget. It's a good thing for Baltimore taxpayers. Now, Furley will be the third school in Baltimore City, a net zero school. It will join one in Howard County, one being built in Baltimore County. That's 5. Next year, but they're all in the Baltimore region or the Baltimore-Washington corridor, however you define it. Next year, for the first time, they will break ground outside of Salisbury on the Eastern Shore, Fruitland Elementary, to build a school in a rural area. It'll be the first between the Eastern Shore, Western Mountains, Northern Maryland, and that's very important because sometimes people expect these kind of schools to be in the urban and suburban areas. But Furley is in the vanguard of this movement to go to clean energy, clean schools, and saving money that we are hoping will spread to rural areas on the Eastern Shore like Fruitland, which will break ground next year, and in Western Maryland. And finally, it's not on clean energy, which is good for the environment and good for the budget in saving money, but it's good for education. And as many of you know, what went into making this building a net zero building will be integrated into the curriculum. So all the students will understand firsthand about renewable energy, sustainability, and environmental stewardship. But it doesn't end there, because they will talk to their parents about it. And there'll be education to the broader community, which is absolutely what we need if we're going to fight climate change and follow the Moore-Miller goal of 100% clean energy. You know, we want to put all of these weather situations of hurricanes, of flooding, of storms. We don't want to see more of that. We want to see less of that. And I think what we're doing here at Furley, and we are glad to have contributed to build and pay for the solar panels, we think puts you in a very important position. So this initiative demonstrates the city and the state's leadership in integrating renewable energy with education and making meaningful progress towards Maryland's goals. Furley's success, and by that I mean your success, because you are Furley and the Furley community, paves the way for other districts to follow suit. You're in the front lines. You're one of 5, only 5 in the state, which we want to make 10, 25, 50, and 100. So we can meet that goal of the governor, who has just joined us, of 100% clean energy. So let me conclude. The Maryland administration and on behalf of the state of Maryland and Governor Moore, who you'll hear from in just a moment, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for this very important commitment to clean energy, to quality education, and leading the struggle as days go by. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pinsky. Up next, we will have an original performance that showcases the talent and voice of our students. But before that, I want to acknowledge our sitting governor of Maryland, Wes Moore. Thank you for joining us today. So next up is Riley Monroe. Come on down.
Good morning, everyone. I am Riley Monroe, a 4th grade student at Furley Elementary. Today I will be reciting the poem, Welcome to Our New School. Today's the day, hooray, hooray. A brand new school is here to stay. With bright new rooms and halls so wide, it's where we'll learn and grow with pride. We'll make new friends, we'll laugh and play, and discover something new each day. Our teachers help us do our best. In this great school, we're truly blessed. So here's the ribbon, snip, snip, hooray. Our adventure starts today. Let's open doors and step inside with happy hearts and eyes open wide. Welcome all, both near and far. Together here we'll raise the bar. Go Furley Foxes!
I didn't know this is Def Jam today. Okay. Good job. Now it is my absolute honor to welcome our leader who really champions equity, access, excellence in everything she's done. And I will tell you right now, Dr. Santalisa, you're an amazing leader, wonderful CEO, and you've always done what's best with Baltimore City Public Schools. So come on stage now. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, I have to tell you, Riley is a very difficult act to follow. I mean, I was sitting there and the rhyme and everything and people are perky, and Riley, I want you to know I got a little nervous because I said, woo, that she is setting the bar. But thank you again for the beautiful poem, and thank you to all of our young people who have showcased their talents today. You are the reason we are here. But really, my main job, I have two this morning, two very brief ones. The first is to really just thank so many people who have wrapped their arms, their expertise, their advocacy around our children. When our children in Baltimore City see that the adults around them are doing what I like to call adulting up on their behalf, there is a sense of protection. There is a sense of confidence. They know that there are people who are advocating for them. And so I really do want to congratulate Principal Howes again. And I just have to shout out, I know I can't do it even close to how Senator McCray did it, but our internal ops team, Dr. Washington, Director Smith, this is really yet another one, and as Director Pinsky said, our third, that's right, 3. We outpaced the state in the number of net zero schools here in Baltimore City. Special thanks to our board chair, Rob Sally, for joining us today, as well as Commissioners Ames Messenger, Commissioner Lollinger, Simmons. God, did I forget anybody? Any of my bosses that are here that I didn't see? Because you all know, young people, you don't forget your bosses when you're sending people out. But I want to thank them for their leadership, steadying the board this year, and we really are moving forward. I also just want to thank, again, one of the best mayors in the country when it comes to partnering around education. I tell everybody I have the real deal. In Mayor Brandon Scott. There are people across the country who are like, what is it like working for him? And I'm like, oh, you wish you knew. But continuing to champion our young people in our city, I have a special thanks to Senator McCray, who not only was the driving force behind this project, but you all need to know he was a driving force, along with many in our delegation. He was a driving force this year in the legislature in making sure that we kept our money for our young people that frankly is gonna fund through Blueprint, the new dance studio you're gonna see later, a lot of the new activities that you're seeing are direct results of that. So I wanna thank Senator McCray, who, by the way, used to also call me on Friday evenings until I told him I was on pickup duty. So that's when he started calling Dr. Washington and Director Smith. I just want to thank, we have Councilwoman McCray with us. We have Delegate Smith is not with us, but I did hear that Delegate Addison, Kaylin Young is with us. I already said Councilwoman McCray. See, this is the problem when you remember people in your head, but you've already said them. And then I also really want to thank, again, Director Pinsky. We also have our state board president, our state board of education president, Josh Michaels, who is with us this morning, who even though he has to be impartial, because he now heads the state board, we know he still has a special little place in his heart for his hometown, and he's here today. I also do want to also recognize Sarah Manikin and our partners at the Weinberg Foundation with just deep appreciation for their continued work on the Baltimore Library Project. So you will see today, we will also have a Weinberg Library, and across our city, Weinberg Libraries signal state-of-the-art libraries, and there will be one here at Furley. The other piece that I think is important, and I probably can't do it as passionately as Senator McCray did, but I do just want to say that this building is not a one-time thing. This is generational work. This is a generation who received. I only received the baton that so many people put in play. So I see Bibi Verdery here again today, and I want to thank you, Bibi, for longstanding advocacy, even in your retirement. And even though we know her now for her role on the IAC, Linda Eberhardt is still, in my mind, the best teacher in the state of Maryland. And it is through. She was the one who made sure my girls had counting chips when they were babies so that they, and you'll be happy to know they're headed to AP Calculus, Linda, so you should be very happy about that. And then finally, I do want to thank Maggie McIntosh, whose legacy continues and who has modeled for me what it means to have the work continue after you step out of office. After you step out of your place, what you have done continues to reverberate. And so, Maggie, I need to say again, thank you for all you've done for city schools. And Commissioner Muhammad, we're glad you could join us. See, sir, I'm up at the mic, so I got to acknowledge you too. So finally, I just want to say that you cannot do all of this work as easily if you do not have leadership at all levels that are pulling for young people. And it is such a privilege to be in the state of Maryland at a time of turmoil across the nation and know that we have leadership from the governor's office. And I want you to know, Governor, right next to people saying, how does it feel like to work for the mayor? I want you to know the next thing they say is, doggone it, you get to be in Westmore's state. And part of what they mean when they say that is at a time when you need people who will lead, at a time when you need people who understand when to have a soft touch and when to go hard, you are doing that on behalf of our state, and you are doing it on behalf of our young people, and we want you to know, sir, we see you. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the governor of the state of Maryland, Governor Wes Moore.
Absolutely. All deserved.
Thank you. What's going on, Furley? How y'all doing? Listen, can we please first just give it up for Dr. Santelises and the amazing work that she is doing, the leadership that she continues to show. You know, I'm always a big believer in this idea of did you make things better, right? Or is there a market improvement because of the time that you spent and the leadership that you have shown? And I can tell you from having the privilege of watching Dr. Santelises work, having the privilege of watching the impact that she continues to make, the answer is undoubtedly 100% yes, and we are better because of you. So Sonia, God bless you, and thank you so much for your friendship and for your leadership as well. Thank you. And you know, to be here, and I'm a big believer in this idea that things don't just happen, things are made to happen. right? Change doesn't just occur. Change is forced. When change is necessary, change is required. And when you know who you're fighting for, you'll never stop fighting. When you know who benefits from the work that you will do, you will never stop doing the work. And so, as a personal point of privilege, for all of our Furley scholars that are here right now, I know most of y'all, most of them in the building, in the classrooms, but for the ones who are here right now, can y'all please stand up so we can just give you a round of applause as well? When you never forget who you're fighting for, you'll never stop fighting. And we will never stop fighting for you, because your success matters to us. And your voice matters to us. Everything we hope to be is already in you. And we'll never stop doing everything we can to make sure that you achieve your full God-given potential. So God bless y'all, and thank you for everything that you all continue to do for each and every one of us. Yes, you. Also, you don't see the progress that you see here without amazing leaders who are impatient about change. I like impatience. I am impatient. I don't think we need to wait for the progress that we all want to see, and to have a chance to be around leaders who are so impatient. It matters so deeply. Being a chance to be here with people like Mayor Scott, who is impatient for change. Having a chance to be here with people like Senator McCray, who is impatient for change. The members also of the delegation, the members of the council, the community leaders, the community activists who are impatient for change. Having a chance to be here with a principal who's just one of the baddest, not just in the city, but in the entire state. And I think about the work that Principal Housey's doing, and God bless you and thank you for your leadership, for being impatient for change. All the educators, all the staff, all the faculty, everyone who is in here in this building, the janitorial staff, the public safety staff, people who are impatient for change. People who understand the answer has to be yes and now. That's how we make change happen. And while we are very proud of the fact that in the state of Maryland, and Dr. Santelises is right, we are very proud and unapologetic that the state was going to make sure that the state was going to be a good partner inside this work, and we are proud that the state of Maryland has invested nearly $43 million into the construction of this project. But it's not just a number. It's an impatience for change. And that's what you all made happen. This idea that, to understand the story, to understand the evolution, I promise I'm going to be quick because I'm ready to cut a ribbon, I'm ready to go on a tour. But to understand this journey, you have to understand the process, right? Because the old Furley building, not even a decade ago, was unsuitable for children. And when people talk about these kind of projects, and it's important to remember when people talk about these kind of projects and the funding that's required, everything that's necessary, and how long it's going to take to do X and how long it's going to take to do Y. But here's the difference. Unless you have people who are making it happen who are impatient for change. People who are going to say, tell me the timeline you initially give me, and let's go ahead and shrink that down. Because we know who we're fighting for. So that means move faster. Fight harder. Be specific. Build coalitions. And that's exactly what this place did. Where the roof was lined with cement-filled buckets to keep the facade from collapsing. Less than a decade ago. that less than a decade ago, you had facilities that were falling apart, you had classrooms that were outdated. And if you want to say anything to a child about what you expect for them, look at the conditions that you put them in the first place. You want to tell a child you have high expectations for them, put them in a place of high expectations. You want to tell a child that we need you to achieve everything that the world is offering, then put them in a place that tells them every single day, that greets them every single day with love and ambition and aspiration. Put them in a place that is not just up to date, but a place that is aspirational. Less than a decade ago, we saw how an old building was saying everything to a child about what we expected of them without us even having to say a word. And today, because we have leaders who are impatient, today represents a new day. Today represents that we are going to pour into our children because we need them to win. That we are not going to surround them with things that are neglected. We are going to surround them with things that are invested in. And where it's letting them know just how loved they are. That in the face of challenge, this group collectively came together and decided, enough. We move faster. And I remember 2 weeks after my inauguration, we had shovels in the ground. 2 years later, we are opening a new school. And the benefits of this moment will be felt for 2 and 3 and 4 generations to come. Change doesn't happen by accident. Things are forced to change. And education is the foundation on which we will build on everything else. It is the cornerstone of our greatest aspirations. And while today does represent a big step forward, I hope it also represents something else to all of our Furley scholars in the building. Nothing is impossible. And if you never forget who you're fighting for, you will never stop fighting. So God bless you. Congratulations. We do the work. And this is what it looks like to say that we leave no one behind. God bless you all. And thank you so much for all you continue to do.
Let's give our governor another round of applause. Thank you to every speaker, performer, leader, elected officials, board commissioners, board chairs, mayor's office, everyone who's come here today to honor our young people. This event reflects what happens when we all show up for our schools and communities. Now, this is where important instructions matter since we are in the school. We're going to ask all guests to remain seated. There's going to be a photo opportunity with the dignitaries on stage, the young Furley dancers, and then after we take the pictures, we're going to ask everybody to stay seated so that our VIP guests on stage can be escorted to another space. And then after that, we'll open up the building for tours. Are we good with that, everybody in here? Okay, I want to make sure I'm clear. All right, so at this time, we're asking Governor Moore, everybody on stage, to meet us right here on the steps. And I'll prepare our team, engaging team, please prepare for the scissors.